All right, so we're looking at problem 17. This is pretty simple here. I have u of x being a piecewise function where it's 0 when x is less than 0, and the value of u of x is 1 when x is bigger or equal to 0. That's pretty straightforward. So dividing line of the y-axis where x is 0, right? So to the left, not including the axis, I am at 0. And to the right, including the axis, I'm at 1. So that one's pretty straightforward. And then it wants x u of x. Well, it just says take both of these things and multiply them by x. X times 0 is still 0. X times 1 is x. So I'm going to get that. And I'm going to get that, right? So this is y. My boundary line is still at the y-axis here because that's where x is 0. To the left, I'm still 0. Nothing has changed there, but to the right, I actually fill this in, and I go up and to the right, right? Because y equals x is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and there's my graph. Okay, so then there's this massive complication here, right? We have, I want x plus 1, u of x plus 1, minus x u of x. Alright, so what I did is I just focused in on this part because this and this are related, right? This is just this shifted to the left by 1. So if I were to graph this, my change line would now be at -1, and I'd be 0 here, and then I'd fill that in and go up 1 over 1, right? That's how I shift this to the left 1. So x plus 1, u of x plus 1 is 0 when x is less than 0. And then it becomes, well, let's see, what is this? This is, still is a slope of 1, but now the y-intercept is 1. Or sorry, when x is, less than -1. There we go. And now it's like this weird x plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to -1. So that should get me that graph shifted 1 to the left. Okay, so now I've got this weird situation here because I now have this minus this. All right, so let's think about this kind of interestingly. I have x plus 1, u, x plus 1, minus x, u, x. So I'm going to end up with a 3-part function here. I'm going to have one set of rules when x is less than -1. I'm going to have another set of rules when I'm between 1 and 0, including -1. And then I'm going to have a third set of rules when x is bigger than 0, including 0. So this is the rule I'm following when I'm below -1. This is the rule I'm following when I'm below -1. 0 minus 0 is 0. So that's 0. Okay, so let's look at this one. Between them, okay, so between -1 and 0, I'm now following this rule and this rule. So that's x plus 1 minus 0 is x plus 1. Okay, great. And then above 0, I'm following this rule and I'm following this rule. So x plus 1 minus x is going to give me back 1. So if I graph this guy, I should have 0. There we go. Right? I should have x plus 1. So that's there and going up. Oops, not there. That's not correct. Fix that. Oop, things are jumping around on me here. This is not all the way to 0. That's where I'm messing up. Alright, so let's try that again. Below -1, I'm at 0. Aha, there we go. That's better. Below -1, I'm at 0. From -1 to 0, I get this guy, right? And then from 0 forward, I'm at 1. So I make a little zigzag. 0, up 1, and then over. And that should be the graph of this. All right, so there's number 17.